All right, collective. So this is going to be the second part of the video that I did earlier. Um, we're going to go ahead and keep going. We're going to see what's really happening here. See if there's going to be a new person, what messages that you guys need to know concerning your love life. Okay, let's go ahead. And then it could be other stuff that we're going to find out as well. This is going to be for the collective. An apology. Now it's interesting because we actually talked about how your person may want to come in and apologize. Okay. I think we said it before how right now a lot of you are in separation with your person. The thing is that I feel like for a lot of you, this could have started off as something casual. This was something, I mean, it could have been casual. I mean, I'm not going to say casual sex, but I feel like it could have been a casual thing. And, maybe this person did not expect to fall for you. It was very lusty in the beginning. And now that there has been some problems, maybe because you wanted more or you demanded more respect, there was some type of separation that happened. Okay. The person was very hot and cold anyway. It wasn't like the person was being really consistent. But I do feel like the attraction is very strong. I do feel like the person maybe may feel bad for leaving you hanging to some degree or stop talking to you. So I do feel like this person will come back in here. There's going to be a love offer, truly. And for some of you, this could be a completely different person that's going to be giving you a love offer, and you may accept it. Why? Because you are separated from your person at the moment. But we're going to go ahead. Yeah, I feel like you're waiting for them, or they're possibly waiting for you to say something. Like maybe they're so used to you reaching out. This person could be waiting, a little egotistical, could be waiting for you to reach out to them. But this is not over. Let me go ahead. Let's keep going. This is not over. Not by a long shot. Thank you. Now, we talked about before your person having some issues, okay? So damage did come out, and I mean, this is kind of sad because I don't really revel in people's problems or issues. Even if I had issues with someone, I don't necessarily want to be happy about someone being damaged and broke. Okay. But a lot of you just didn't give a damn. We saw that in the first reading. You just didn't care. You didn't care that this person was broken because to some degree you feel like this person broke you. You feel like this person, brought you down. You really do. And, it could be to a degree where you really feel like, are you going to be able to get over the mental abuse, the whatever they've done to you? You wonder if you'll be able to get out of that. And I will say for you, for those in that type of situations, healing is so much needed. That's kind of like an extreme case if the person really was psychotic. Okay. So some of you could be feeling damaged when it comes down to what your person did. But a lot of you were dealing with a damaged person, okay, who wasn't really putting any effort in anything, really. Okay. Yeah, this tried to come out when I first started the reading. I feel like this person, for some of you, like I said before, your person is most likely in a relationship or they don't want to sacrifice their freedom. They don't want to. Okay. And for a lot of you, this person may have kids in different area codes, very childish energy. I think that's what we saw earlier. Even though they'll apologize, I still feel like it's just something about your person that feels very immature. But there is something here about them feeling like they are not ready to sacrifice their freedom or sacrifice their family to be with someone, because I do feel like there's another person that could be involved. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is going to be for the collective. Yeah, see, restricted tried to come out. There is something that's holding your person back. And it could be just because, again, fear. Fear could be holding your person back. All right. Love, hate. Yeah. And I just talked about leaving hanging. They don't like the fact that they did that. They do feel guilty. I feel like your person hates the fact that they love you. For a lot of you, not for all. Not for all. Okay. You got to keep it real because we already saw before that some of you guys are dealing with. Man, okay. Some of you guys are dealing with a person that you just want to run away from. But I mean, I feel like both of you are mirroring each other with this love hate type of thing. I do feel like you do have love for them. They could have love for you. But again, there's this thing of fear. Okay, very strong attraction. I keep saying that. But yeah, your person is running. Maybe they don't, maybe they feel like you are a flight risk. They settle down with you, they finally decide that they want to be with you, and they feel like it's not going to work. But there's fear here. Let's go ahead. This is for the collective. Your person wants control. Yeah. Oh, fatal event. So it did end. Even if this person comes back in here, I think I said this in the first reading. Even if this person comes back in here, I don't know how long this is going to last, y'all. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's definitely somebody else. And we talked about their patterns that they were doing earlier. And I still feel like this person is doing the same thing, continually doing the same thing, is what it looks like to me. I just don't see nothing solid. I just keep seeing love triangle. So universe wants you to keep your options open. That's what I'm saying. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for the collective. This is going to be your person is easily tempted by other people, but I also feel like this is going to be a very tempting offer. I really do. Yeah, you guys, they're trying to release you. They really are. But I do see a lot of watching, a lot of spying. I do see that. Both of you guys are just mirroring each other totally. It's like you're trying to release each other, but this person wants to make it up to you. And it's so funny because this person feels very foolish for what they've done. But, on the outside, they look like they're just like, they don't care. They're just stone cold. They don't feel anything. That's a lie. That's a lie. Right now, they're losing it. They're trying to figure out when they're going to say something, if they're going to say something at all. And if they do, when, it's that type of thing. If you're going to accept their apology, okay. Yeah, I see resistance. What does it say? They need time to answer the call. And I feel like the thing is, for a lot of you, this person they're just not where they need to be. You can kind of see it with this awakening. This person could eventually waken up or have some type of epiphany and wake up to this connection. But I mean, it could be too late. Do I feel like it's a past life? Yep, I do. Which is the reason why in the beginning, in the first reading, I talked about the connection being real strong. I do feel like it's a past life connection. Some of you are connected through movies or music, or you hear a certain song and it goes back to the time where you were sitting in a car with this person. Yeah, I stopped watching. I just see a lot of watching. It's like they're definitely trying to see what you're doing. Yeah. Again, there it is again. This person has a lot of regret. They really do. Your person don't want you to give up on them or for you to walk away. They really don't. And I feel like, again, exactly, they're stuck in their familiar habits in there. And this is bothering them. It really is. But something is going to happen. Something unexpected is going to happen. And I do feel like this person is just going to reach out to you here with Leap of Faith. It keeps coming out like that. But I do feel like you have a lack of faith in them. You really do. Like you're like, okay, yeah, you may want to come back in here and apologize. But I just believe that for a lot of you, you really don't have faith in this connection. You don't think that this connection is going to last. You just don't. Keep saying broken. They feel broken inside and don't feel stable enough. Yeah, that's exactly what I talked about before. The trust has been broken. There is this energy, this constant energy of that coming out in this reading when it comes down to your person. You will be hearing from them over and over again. We constantly keep seeing that message about them speaking their truth, them opening up. May not necessarily be what you want to hear, but I do feel like you're going to have some type of clarity. Yeah, it says coming to a conclusion. This person does, to me, kind of come off as, this victim, because we keep saying broken, and maybe that's their excuse. It's kind of like how they do in order to move. Like, what I've been through when I was younger, what I've been through with my family, to kind of keep you stuck, here. Okay. But this talks about using your intuition with making decisions. You are going to be using discernment. Okay. But I do see a lot of childish behavior with your person. Let's see what else is going on with them. Yeah, and it's the thing is, the question you're going to be asking: does this connection have endurance? Will this last? Will this connection last? Okay. Yeah, here they come with night messenger communication. Whoever you're dealing with had, like I said before, we saw alone a lot in your first reading talking about your person. And I still feel that energy that your person is kind of like a loner. They may have friends or whatever, but they keep to themselves. They don't really open up to anybody, really. All right. So I feel like eventually things are going to change. And your feelings for this person can change. You may love them today. It doesn't mean that you're going to love them forever. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just don't see that. Here's another card that talk about apathetic, that came out earlier, about them, someone being apathetic. Like, their whole demeanor seems cold. Some of you could be in a relationship with this person where this is happening. This is actually a really scary energy. I'm not going to lie, because it's like, yeah, they could be acting aloof, but a lot of you could be dealing with someone who just really is just uninterested in a connection, and that's really the reason why they're treating you that way. We talked about this earlier in the first reading, that not everyone, if we're doing, a person of interest, not all your persons are feeling the way that we just described, right? Some of you truly, I'll be honest with you, some of you truly are dealing with people who just don't care. You were an experience, you were an adventure, that's just what you were. And their whole demeanor and their attitude pretty much said it. And here it is again with sacrifice. They're willing to let you go if this person is in an apathetic feeling, like they're just very aloof, they don't care. They're willing to let you go. And this is why I say you could tell the difference between the energy and the reading. Like, the person just is only concerned about their own interests. That's all they care about. They don't care about anybody else. All right. And this person could be older than you. That's the bad part about it. Like, you could be like, oh, I thought that this would work because this person was going to settle down, and they could be older than you. No. They're self-reliant. That's the olderness, meaning that, what, they don't necessarily need anybody, and they're letting you know that they don't need you. And that is a little abusive to me. Okay. That's how I feel. You could be dealing with someone who's like, we could go 50-50, and they're not even going 50-50. They're not even putting in half the work that you'll be willing to put in. Okay. But also, like I said, don't assume, because for a lot of you, there is going to be someone who's going to come in here and they're going to show you something a little bit different. Part of the aloofness could be, for a lot of you, like I said before, just putting on a strong face, because they don't want you to know how much they actually like you, being unemotional or acting sarcastic in some kind of way. Some of you are dealing with someone who's very sarcastic and pretending that they are unemotional, but your person has been through a lot. I feel like this person could be easily hurt, and that's what we saw, that whole broken energy. Their fear is really rejection, and to me, like I said before, this could be so unpredictable for them, and this is something that they're afraid of. Like, you could be a risk, a flight risk. You could be a risk. I do feel like a lot of you are going to have an unconditional love. You really will. I feel like you'll be able to be relaxed with your person. This is not going to be something that you'll have to constantly keep putting up with. I just don't see it. I feel like eventually you will come across that person who's going to mean everything to you. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more deck here. I think I used this deck in the first reading. I'm going to use that again in this one. I'm going to see what's going to come out here for the collective. Some of you could be dealing with someone who does do some crazy stuff under the table as far as their job. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I do feel like they could be doing something underhanded. I don't know what that means. I mean, what does it mean? Illegal? It could be. I don't know. I'm not going to say everybody does, but I do see that. I feel like whoever you're dealing with, maybe their mother could have a very strong influence in their life here, or it could be their child's mother, right? Could very well be. I also see that for some of you, you could be dealing with this, could be someone that you're dealing with who already went through a divorce, who was already divorced. And so this is the reason why they're moving really slow. Okay. Maybe they're a little bitter. Speaking of which, maybe they're a little bitter about relationships right now. And so they're really not trying to jump into one connection. And again, remember, we talked about fear. That was the reason why the person was moving so slow to begin with. Okay. Let's see what else comes out here. I do feel like your person may drink a lot in order to kind of like quell their problems, their issues, is that type of thing. It is kind of like a PTSD thing. I keep telling y'all, your person have been through some stuff. Looking at first reading, I'm like, wow, your person is either going through it or they are going, or they have already been through it. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get some more. Oh, okay. Yeah, your person could be numbing. Your person could be doing stuff like that. Like, I feel like this says this person is indifferent. I believe so. Like, if you ask me, I really do believe so. Your person thinks about you a lot, yes, especially if you're separated. For most of you, this person, you guys can be separated from this person. But I just feel like they're doing things to not feel. And again, you may not care, but we're looking into them right now, right? I feel like they are doing things to not care. And there's this energy of feeling very much so isolated. Keep saying that. Like, your person feels alone. They feel like they don't have anybody. Some of you could be married or with someone, and you could be getting a private investigator to see what's really happening, what's really going on with your person. Now, some of you could be doing it right now. You're wondering if there's competition, is other people around, or you could be your own private investigator, which is just looking on the internet, seeing what's happening. Okay. Some of you, there is another person who could be jealous of you. Like, maybe your person who, if let's say your person is dealing with someone else, that person could be watching you as well. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's see that. Let's get their energy. The other person that's watching the collective, not the person of interest. But let's see if there's another person. Let's see what's going on with them. It feels like this is kind of smoke and mirrors. I feel like your person is, this other person is making your person feel like they're all of that in a bag of chips. Yeah, they're trying to win at all costs. So they're telling your person what they want them to hear. Not necessarily saying that they can deliver it, but they're just telling your person whatever they want to hear. I feel like they know that your person has issues. They do. And they're using that they're using it to their advantage. Yeah, I do feel like more than anything, this person is using their sexuality. Yeah, and it could be this is their way of finessing your person, right? Your person could have a lot of money, so that's definitely something that they want. They want you to move on. They really do. That other person is like, why are they still here? Why are they still, dealing with my person? I want them. They're separated now. It's that type of thing. That's what they're wondering. Some of you are dealing with someone who has said that they will hurt themselves if you will leave. For some of you, you have dealt with that. Yeah. So I feel like your person is just there's some type of love affair that they're having with this other person, and they totally want you to move on. They don't want you around your person anymore. They really don't. And it could be kind of copying you a little bit, which means like if you post something, they'll post something. If you wear something a certain way, they'll wear a certain way. Okay. I do feel like this person in general could be, I don't know, I feel like they're being just like your person. They're watching you from afar. But their biggest fear is rejection. They're scared that your person is going to, their person is going to, your person is going to reject them because of you. Okay. And I feel like they're burnt out with thinking about it. They're like, oh my God, why is she still around? Why is he still around? That's what I'm saying. I see a lot of lust here as well. Let's get a last few for your person. This is for the collector. Yeah, so right now your person is just in this energy of just not wanting to really do anything. That's what I see. Okay. Again, I feel like your person right now is just using sex to heal themselves, to try to avoid a lot of things. And if you have tried to reach out to them and they're not responding, that's why. Okay. They have a lot of responsibilities. A lot of you, they do have a lot of babies. They've been out there in the street. Okay. And there's not a lot of stability with this person. Okay. I feel like most of you are going to end up cutting ties with this person in the future, even if they come back here. I feel like that will happen. Okay. This person may have love for you, but there's a lot that they're going to have to heal and get together. Now, some has potential to actually wake up to what they're doing and get better, and some they just won't. Okay. That is the two realities of the collective right now. But that's what I have for you here, collective. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Again, if you're new, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys back here again soon. Bye, guys.